Good morning. So over the last few days, I've had a few private queries about Parallax Football's original version. I talked briefly in the last video about the original Parallax Football design had a first step for running plays and then a second step to complete the running play, similar to the passing play. So in the Parallax Football game, when you run the ball, you just make the simple one table roll to see what kind of yardage you get. The passing play, you have to set the play up, and then if it's completed, you then check to see how much yards you get. So there's two steps in the passing play. You have to establish a completion, then you have to roll to see how much yardage you get in the completion. The football play, you just roll to see how much yards you get. And that's Parallax Football. But the original had established the point of attack roll. So the first thing you had to do on a running play was win the point of attack. Then you would go to your run table. So you could have like a base yard of 2 or 1 or 0 or negative something, and that team would be hit. You know, if it was a negative base, that means that there was no hole, and a back is going to have to fight through blockers or tacklers. If you get let's say a +2, that meant that your back hits the hole wide open. So, a big hole. He's already got 2 yards into the second level, and then you would roll to see how much additional yardage he gets. That's this version. So Parallax Football Original has the point of attack roll on running plays. Then you finish the running play. The passing plays, you establish whether the pass, establish the pass action to complete the ball, and then you roll to see how many yards receivers get against coverage. That is this version here. And this also has a third way to create teams when you're building teams. And this also has some optional punt block, field goal block rules, and an optional fumble recovery rule. So the original game was a little more advanced. There was an added step to all running plays. So again, somebody asked me yesterday, where did the name come from? Well, I've talked about it. It's the parallax view. Again, I've talked about this. I don't want to beat a dead horse. It is the perception of speed, that something is traveling faster based on your perspective to it because you're closer to it. So things in the foreground appear to be bigger and faster than the things further away, and then the farther something is from you, the slower it appears to be moving. So that is what parallax means. It's the perspective of something's speed based on how close it is to you. So the idea of this concept of football was the line of scrimmage comes fast. The second level linebackers appear to be slower. And the final phase in a football play is coverage downfield appears to be moving at the slowest speed. So it's just meant to be an abstract idea of all 3 levels of play. You've got to establish the point of attack, whether you're running or passing. You have to establish the line of scrimmage, whether you're running or setting the pocket, so to speak, against the linebackers in the front 4. And then, of course, if it's caught, you've got to find out how far downfield, or if the back gets past the point, when the back gets through the line of scrimmage, what do they do against the linebackers in the second level? So it has 1 step more for running plays, has a couple of optional rules that aren't in the Parallax Football base, and it adds a third way to create teams. That is, takes the responsibility out of the player's hands for deciding what kind of grades a team has in its 9 variables. So this was the game I originally wanted to publish. I just thought that second step would have been too much for people, or that first step in the running game. So I tried to simplify the game down and remove some rules. And that I published that first. I shared that as a tutorial first on the channel. And then I started getting some private emails about the original version. How would that work? And I decided I'm not going to answer every email. It just dawned on me, maybe there's people who prefer the full version of Parallax Football. So I've published a second paperback, 6x9. It's got a few more pages in it because there's a couple of optional rules plus the point of attack chart. And so it's a little more, it's like $1 more here in paperback. This won't be available in ebook. Again, I think those who like Parallax Football can find out how much they enjoy it. If they like it, great. If they don't, so be it. And if they do, and for some reason they want that point of attack set of rules, then they can snatch this. So this is how I intended the game. This is how I wanted to share the game. But typical, one of those final decisions we make as game designers and publishers is this one step too many? Do we need these optional rules? And if I want to set kind of the base game on how you play it and what it's designed to be, I put out the simpler, cleaner version. And then the irony is I've had, again, of those who have watched that video and have contacted me privately, it appeared as if there were some football fans that like the idea of the deeper running rules. So there it is. This is it for those who want the full Parallax Football game design experience. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend, and do what you love and love what you do. Bye-bye.